presenting you today. It's about live video as a new form to reach out with your content. Welcome everybody to this meeting as you're ushering in. The idea is how to use live video in your context, in your nonprofit context, how to enhance your video call appearance in general, and how to attract new donors and new support, of course. And I'm really, really pleased to have this today because I have also presented this to other contexts, to other organizations, private organizations, to entrepreneurs, but nonprofits have the magic ingredient for the successful live video, I think. And so this is why I would like to share this with you in about 45 minutes. And of course, share with me your thoughts in the chat, also then in the Q&A. And the idea is also to give you some hands-on idea how to start with your live video as an organization. Maybe you have already started. And so this is the topic list for today. So if we see it, so what is live video? How can you benefit from it? How can you implement it? And then some Q&As. And I am going to share a special opportunity that I see like in the future for you, with you also, yeah, just after this presentation. And if I may just ask you, feel free also, as it is for live video, so feel free to share your video right now and also make yourself seen. Really looking forward to also have this as an interactive webinar, of course. And if I may just ask, so you see this picture here, Facebook Live, and a question right out. Have you ever been live on Facebook? If you could just signal this to me either with a hands up or with a little comment. And I am showing you a little bit who I am. So my name is Daniel Schwenger, and going live, doing broadcasting has always been something that has been of interest for me. So I have like done these pictures 25 years ago here when there was a museum of communication to sit like a newscaster. I have worked as an intern in radio. You can hear from my accent, I am from Central Europe, so from Germany originally. And so, yeah, that has always been super interesting for me. And so never give up dreaming, because this is what happens then, like 2004. So when I came here to Geneva, I really looked hard for a job in the nonprofit sector, by the way, and it was very tough. And so I worked as a broadcast journalist for a bank here in Geneva, and I interviewed 300 people in a year. And like of course it was a bank, it was all on financial, but I also had clients there, or I had interviews about coaching, about also sustainability, and I'm interested, as you know, in the field, so I had as many interesting interview guests as I could. It was a great experience in 2004. And it even got me like a prize for financial journalists in 2015. As you can see here in the middle, this yellow thing here was an absolute unexpected prize. What you see before in green and blue, that's the book, the Organization of International Nonprofit Organizations. That's actually the dissertation, the PhD that I wrote also with your help, with the help from NGOs, when I did an empirical survey. And my path then, after going for like the marketing world and also like the social media world, was to enhance my skills in social media, digital marketing. And I went, you can say, through all the disciplines, from paid social media marketing and campaigning to also Google Ads and so forth. So just that you know a little bit my background. And in digital, you always talk about the buyer's funnel in digital marketing, how you make awareness until the conversion or the sale of something. And so this is basically what I have been doing the last 8 years. And of course, what does this have to do with your business, with your work as a nonprofit leader? I want to share this with you now, because I think there is a great opportunity when it comes to get this live video experience that I have been doing so far. Also, like to use this in your everyday work, and as I'm doing it today as well. Live video is real time through online networks, one-to-many idea. So you are your own TV or radio station. And the interesting thing that I haven't really known 8 years ago, when I worked in the studio for a bank, and this bank had so many thousands of Swiss francs put into the studio to build up like a place to interview people. Now you can do this with a good camera, with light, and with some sound. You can basically enhance your picture and your quality in this way that you can do it yourself. And this was in 2020 when this aha moment came, when I thought, wow, so there is more to it. And I think it's a real new discipline in going online, like you were doing social media management, but you can also create your own live outreach, and it's especially impactful. The interesting thing, it's organically driven. So what does that mean? That means you don't have to pay for it. And it's, yeah, so if you have a strong followership, you can basically reach out with your message by yourself. And this message then can travel far to other contacts of your contacts. And then you can basically increase your life and your followership and your contacts. And so this is how it looks like. I'm sure you have seen it in your in going through video and through social media these days. Of course, there are so many influencers, solo entrepreneurs, coaches, companies that are going live. And these are just some examples I have found. Especially here, this lady here, she is a Facebook influencer. She's and she's reaching out regularly. You have people doing their activations as solo entrepreneurs, like the young man in the middle. And this lady in the back, she's a coach. You know, there's of course so many things we haven't even seen, because everybody of course has in social media their own audience. And so if you want to learn more about this, I will just show you my YouTube channel. If you like to learn more about this, you can scan in this QR code, and you are right there at the YouTube channel where I'm sharing with you like how to do live video, what's out there, just to let you know when this all seems to be a little fast for you, or when you think, well, okay, so I want to know about it again. And let's move on. What is live video's advantage? And this is one of the earliest things that I've put together and it still is valid to me. So live video has this attractiveness for an audience, and you can, well, yeah, as it was like a little radio device in the 1960s, everybody has the smartphone, of course, today. And so therefore you can potentially reach this audience, these followers, these people out there that could be interested in your cause. You can save costs, because live video is different than doing a difficult video image movie where you need to have a film team or so. It's in the moment. You can basically do it with your laptop device or with your computer device. You can already do it with a smartphone, because, for example, Facebook has a native app where you can go live like this with your smartphone. It's all fine. So it's actually not a big cost. And then the live idea of going live is of course attractive because something happens right now. You can be interactive in the moment. And so this gives also people the opportunity to contact you. And that means that you can build trust for your brand. Well, when we talk about this in marketing terms, or for your organization, of course, your mission. And when you are live, you are there in the moment and you are able to interact with the audience. And this is especially strong if you want to reconnect with your audience, when you want to create a new touch point, or when you just want to be like, again, top of mind. We say, okay, this is what's going on. The nice thing about live video is also that you don't have to be live all the time, or you can also produce, like with a PowerPoint that I'm doing right now, you can pre-produce things. And then this gives you the structure to show it during your live video. And then as you are doing this in advance, you can also use the things that you have produced in live video for another form of content. For example, if you're doing a live video and the video was so good, you can use a part of the video in social media for your outreach there as well. So you're creating an attractive content. And this is what I mean with this. So you have one form of content, and this can be used for various channels. So for example, here, video content can, of course, be a live stream. You see this in here on top, but then you can also use it for other social media channels, for your newsletter. You can even reuse it as a podcast and as a video on YouTube. And this means that you have this powerful video content that creates engagement at the end. And engagement is one other form of getting together, getting in touch, and then getting the next step, which would be supporting your organization and supporting your cause. So this is why I really believe that live video is the next big thing for fundraising. Here, this is called sales and fundraising, because I was also presenting this to another audience. But as I just said, nonprofits have this powerful mission that creates the story that can serve for live videos, because a lot of people have, or a lot of organizations, especially for-profit organizations, companies have the question, okay, what are we, so should we go live, but what do we have to actually say? And I believe nonprofits have a lot to say, a lot to share. And this is why I'm presenting this to you. If you want to listen to this advantages, I also have made a podcast. And if this was too fast, or if you would like to listen to this again, this is here the 7 advantages of live video that I created. And so you're welcome, of course, to subscribe to the podcast or to listen to this podcast. And just to give you a context, because when I asked you the question at the beginning, so have you ever been live? You don't have to go live through Facebook. So as we are live right now, we are on Zoom. We are already having a live moment. We are having an interaction in real time. So we are all already live. And especially the Corona pandemic in 2020, we know has given this a boost. Live video has surged worldwide, and this is going on until today. Live streaming is about 17% of the global internet traffic. And Facebook Live is the #1 live streaming platform by total views, just that to let you know. And this is how it looked like in 2020, when the confinement and like Corona restrictions have been restricted people to work from their homes. So all these live video formats, Facebook, you see then YouTube, Twitch is a gaming platform, but also a live platform, has been surging. And so the idea goes on. So of course you see that there is a consolidation. Here is a Zoom, the turnover from Zoom that we are also using right now to do the live video It has been rising quickly as of 2020, but then in 2021, growth, but kind of a consolidation, but still the growth goes on. And so this is also why I am encouraging you now to, at the end, go for attractive live formats. Of course, a lot of people are going live these days, but do we have the attractive content and also the way we present ourselves? And this is what this webinar is about today. So this is again the context and the facts as one chart. I have just put this all together, and let's go for your benefits as a nonprofit, as somebody who is leading an organization, but also in a nonprofit altogether. Why do you think live video could be relevant for you? Just think for a moment. So we have already said, like, of course, fundraising and support. But I would also say this is for you personally. If you are in a video interview with somebody who is maybe, who wants to hire you, or if you are in a Zoom presentation about your organization, if you are in a donor contact. And I just remembered this little story about this billionaire who was asked what gift could be given to him or her. Let's say it was a woman, to this billionaire woman, who has then said at the end, oh, the greatest gift would be time. And so we are all, in a way, of course, I know all our time is precious. And so also I'm treasuring your attendance here. And this is why I am giving you the most relevant in the most efficient form. And so this means that I'm treasuring your time. And so if you're having an attractive way to reach out, to do this kind of also fast and effective, efficient, then you can also contact these people that you might not be able to contact before, because maybe they haven't been able to contact in a physical way. But like with a live video that stands out, you certainly can. And so here, a related question: who would you rather listen to? If I would do a video like this on the left side, or if I am looking to you like this, and with the right lights, with the camera like this. And so this is just a little bit for thinking, and make you think, how can you become a live video producer or content creator that is creating this attractive form of live video? And again, live content is most effective. This was already the case before the corona pandemic hit us. So live is retained by 95% instead of like when you read a message. It is also viewed more often, and it's also creating more shares and engagement. So when we reach out, then so video is the form to go. And there are so many channels out there, just that you have seen in the top left. This is I would say, the current state of the art, or live channels, the Facebook Live. LinkedIn has a live channel as well. Zoom, of course, we are doing a live video through Zoom, through an audience that is closed. Thanks, Konstantin. And so if you have any questions, of course, in about 25 minutes, we can go for that. And then YouTube has a live channel as well. So the beneficiaries of live video can be companies, solo entrepreneurs, vendors, online vendors, content producers, content creators, but of course, nonprofit organizations as well. And so here the picture on the right is like your story. It says your story. I found this, but it's exactly about this. What is a story that is attractive to have people following you, listening to you in a live moment? Of course, there is so many out there, but there is only one unique story about your organization and your special point of view. And so this is why I would really like to encourage you to go live, because you have a place out there to be reaching out and to create engagement. And how can you implement this? Just to give you a very short overview. As a nonprofit organization, if you would like to reach out with live video, fundraising is, of course, the top of mind. This is why I'm giving this to you very quickly, how this could look like. You could do a fundraising through a mission update, through a panel discussion, through a fundraising call, through donor events. That could be through a live video or through an expert interview. And here I have an example when there was a fundraising event with a lot of people attending. You see this in the middle. And then on the right, I have this platform that is called Ecamm. That is basically a program that loads in your camera feed and connects it with the number of donations that have been coming in real time. And I would like to show you how this looks like and how you can implement this, because I think this is especially super valid for you if you have a nonprofit organization. You can connect your nonprofit organization with Ecamm, and then you can start your fundraising call live. And as soon as people are engaged and also forward this, of course, this also could then travel further to other contacts of your contacts that are following you live. And so these two screenshots here indicate, okay, there are already either 20 people or 134 people involved, and this shows how many people have already been donating. And I will just share this with you in a quick quick go through. And show this to you in 1 minute. And so there are, of course, other applications with live video that you can do. Think of like internal organizational meetings that become more attractive to attend, like lunch and learn meetings or town hall meetings, or just like get-togethers, a message from the leadership, a presentation of programs. It could be internal or external. And then also think of like being interviewed by others. Being today, as I just said, everybody can be a TV station. And so I will show you how I interviewed nonprofits for the last World NGO Day, and how, of course, if you have the capability to be there and to reach out live with a kind of good setup, you're always there. You are always there to have a good appearance and to appear also in an interview from somebody else and then refer to your cause. And this is this Ecamm idea that I'm going to show you quickly. This is how you sign in. It's called Ecamm. You see the Ecamm pledge.to. That's the address. And so you can either go for a detailed donation page or a simple donation form. You enter the fundraiser title. So I just made a test title here. You then have keywords that you can use. For example, here, when people donate to a keyword that was just a test here, I used live broadcasting. And then you choose your fundraiser goal or your fundraising organization. And here I changed the Christian Blind Mission as a sample. I am sure your nonprofit can be entered there as well, or can even be found there. There is a lot of a variety of NGOs, nonprofits. And then basically you have created your fundraiser, and this will then connect with this program, that Ecamm program, this virtual camera that shows you then with the actual number of donations that have been coming in. So you connect then the fundraiser ID that you have just created, and then you have created your actual view, your camera, and then you have an overlay that shows you in real time, and also then the people in real time, how many people contributed and where people can contribute. And this cam you would then use for example, for Facebook Live to take as your first camera. And here, this is just a video where, hello everybody, the World NGO Day is coming up on February the 27th, where I interviewed the people for the World NGO Day last year. It's always the 27th of February.
Of NGOs, NPOs,
and we had, let me just
from JCI,
find a little bit. We asked several
Ahmad. She's a food and technology engineer from Syria, currently doing
to give their point of view, what their perspectives are, their special challenges are. And yeah, as you see, we have here an organization from Syria. We have also had organizations from Kazakhstan here. And as you see, the organizations can be presented with their logo with some additional text information. So you can customize the picture and add additional text to it. And that's not a problem anymore. And so therefore, if I say you can have an attractive content, this is exactly and more efficient content. So you can present your picture and then some additional information. If people are coming in, they can immediately see what it is about and what your cause and your mission is and how they can support you. And the requirements for a high quality life. First, it's the purpose. And this is something that I tell to my private clients that, okay, so think of what you're really living for and what is really a strong fire in your heart that you would like to share with others. Because if it's not strong, people will certainly not attend your life and listen to your story. But nonprofits already have this purpose, this mission, and therefore you can really benefit from this. And then the technical requirements for a high quality life is that you have the camera, the light, the sound, the background. And let me just give you as a hands-on advice, quick tips how to enhance this. And this is for absolutely, normally sometimes this doesn't cost you a lot. You can even do it without any extra costs. The camera, so you have a picture here before and after. And if you have this after picture, this perfect picture, or sorry, this is actually mixed. On the one hand, you have on the right side, you have the before picture. The big picture is how after it looked, after it was changed. And here you see clearly that here the picture, hold on quickly, I will just change this in a quick moment here. You see that it was absolutely changed when you had the right background and the right position of the camera, and also a good lighting of the whole setup. And one important thing is that wireless connections are sometimes to avoid, because the data rate is not so high. So therefore, if you have a cable, you are always like having a more crisp picture. And then the lighting is something that you could change when you have more lighting coming in an evenly lit atmosphere. So this means that if you have light coming only from one side, this is producing shadows, and people normally want to see like your face. And so therefore you can, if you have two lights from either the left and the right side and mostly from above, this can increase your picture. The sound is also super important to your video. The integrated microphones are in all the devices, from laptops to smartphones, also to webcams. I would propose check out what works best for you, but sometimes also external microphones can really enhance the sound experience to your audience. And therefore, if the sound is good, if the image quality changes but the sound is good, and an audience is still likely to remain and listen to you. So then also listen to, of course, standing is better than sitting. Speaking freely makes the experience better than just reading something, and speaking slowly, it also enhances the overall experience. And the background. So the background is something that complements you and your organization, your personality as well. And it should be clean and clear and simple and shouldn't distract the viewer. So therefore, something that shows you, and people are likely to stay focused only with you. Also, not so many details in the back, like a bookshelf, bookcase. Therefore, have it clean and simple. And these are the 4 things to just enhance your live view and your live image that you are transferring, or that you're sending out to the world. And again, so this is the YouTube channel where I have collected a lot of tips for that. If you're interested, I would be super happy if you had a look in it. And of course, if you subscribed and share your point of view, and we could stay in touch through this. And again, so this may sound a little bit complicated. Live video can be super simple. You can have like your mobile phone, and you can just set this up with your native app from Zoom, as you have already maybe done it, or through Facebook. Facebook has a native live video feature in the app. And so you can already go live with that. And sometimes with a mobile phone, it is just important to have like a tripod or something that lets the smartphone in a stable and eye-level position, but then you're basically ready to go. And of course, this is super fast and flexible. It's also friendly to the algorithm of the network, because Facebook will really distribute this to all of your followers. They will see it, and if they like it, so you have a lot of visibility in a very short time with a little low cost. If you want to see how to do this with the Facebook Live app, you can also scan in this QR code. So you just scan in. So I just see that I have my light on here. You just scan in this QR code with your photo app, and then you will be directed to the YouTube channel and the video directly. And then let's go a little bit a level up. So this is the direct streaming via computer, and this is how we are already doing it when we are using Zoom, for example. You have a software that takes the camera signal from your computer, the microphone signal, and then transfers it to a certain network. This is a good a good solution, because the quality is increasing with the computer. The computer has most of the time, a good camera, and it's also you are also able to share more, like a presentation, like I am doing it right now. So I am sharing additional things that are relevant. And then as a third way, and the third level, let's say, you can go live with an additional streaming app. And this is something that is the next level if you want to create more out of your live video. And this is that you are adding an additional camera, for example. You can also add interview guests, so you can add music, you can add like another perspective, you can share something on your screen. You can also do some of these things with Zoom, but it's a little bit more complicated, and it sort of does not enhance the experience when I'm leaving the presentation right now. I'm looking for another thing that I would like to share with you. So we are losing time. In a live streaming app, you are preparing scenes, and these scenes are basically pre-produced, and you are then, I will just let somebody enter here as we are here, as new viewers are coming in. Welcome everybody who is coming in. this live video streaming app then gives you the possibility to go through one scene after another. And this means that you have, for example, an introduction scene with yourself only, with additional information about your organization. And then if you're doing a video interview, the next scene is you and the person you're interviewing on the other screen, or several persons, and in a way that you curated this. And this is one thing, how to see a live video streaming app. The other big plus is that you can stream through multiple channels at one time. When I asked you, have you ever gone live through Facebook? This is now not the only option anymore. You can go live through Facebook, but also simultaneously through YouTube, through LinkedIn. And this means that you can access all your network at the same time. This saves you a lot of costs, in a way, time and costs, and makes you reaching out with your unique message. And that means, of course, that you can create more engagement at the same time. And what platforms are out there to do this multi-streaming, these several scenes? One platform is StreamYard. StreamYard is a cloud-based platform that you can use for a PC or a Mac. It's quite user-friendly. It gives you the possibility to use also overlays, and it has a professional version with costs of $240 per year, and a free version is available, which is a plus, with the StreamYard logo on. But if you just want to try that, go for the StreamYard trial link here that I have put you as a QR code as well. And you can use this code here, you can do a screenshot, of course, and then you are invited to use this link that has also a connection with me. And then there is a similar program that a similar app that is called Restream. It is a little bit cheaper in the annual price. It has a lot of advantages as well. This here enables you especially multi-streaming through a lot of channels. And it also has a free version available. And this is also for PC and Mac. These are two cloud-based solutions. That means that you are streaming your video and sound signal to this app, and then the overlays and the processing of your everything is done in the cloud, and then it's streamed through various social networks. Sounds a little bit complicated, and so the nice thing about these cloud-based services is that it's actually quite user-friendly, because it gives you only limited and standardized forms to go out live. I like it, but what I really like is software that you can install on your computer, because this gives you more enhancements and more capabilities. You can also create a picture that you really like to connect, that you really like to create you really like to just let somebody come in. You can create a picture that really looks the way you want it to look like with your logo, with your colors, with an arrangement of additional images or of scenes that you can totally do by yourself, and then therefore give it your own visual imprint, your own branding in a way. And so therefore this solution here that's called Ecamm Live, you can try this if you have a Mac computer. It's only on Mac computers based, but this is certainly one of the best solutions for going live out there at this moment. And of course the QR code here, that's also connected with me, but you can then directly access Ecamm's platform and check out a 14 days trial. So this all had a price, but this solution here is called OBS, and that's a freeware and a software that is running with PCs, with Macs, even with Linux computers. And this has the same basic features, OBS. It is, I would say, not as user-friendly and not as many features, but it serves a lot of functionalities. For example, to have your logo in the picture or additional visual elements. And you can certainly get very far with this solution with OBS. And something that I could really encourage you to do if you're interested, I am sharing with you a link where I am showing you how to make OBS work and how to implement this for yourself. And here is a comparison with all the streaming platforms that I have just presented to you. And here is my chance now to you to ask your question or to share your thoughts. What I have just proposed you, is this already old for you? Have you already done it, which can be the case? Or is there something that from the flow and from the idea was still giving you like a headache, questions, or you don't know how to implement? I know for nonprofit organizations in remote locations, sometimes also the streaming quality depends largely on the internet connection. So you might think that live video is not directly available for you because the connection is too slow. Let's discuss, and let me ask you if you would like to raise a comment, a question right now. The question is, are you able to reach out? Are you ready to reach out with your organization to do live video? Again, here's also my YouTube page. I would be really happy if we could be in touch also through YouTube. I'm publishing a lot of new videos all the time, and this would be a great chance also to be connected with you. So this is the World NGO Day, and it always happens on the 27th of February. And I have been in contact with the movement. It has been started in 2011, I think, but it is more and more getting traction. It is also proposed by the European Union, the Council of the European Council, and it is not yet a day that is totally endorsed by the United Nations or something. But if you type in World NGO Day, this exists. So, and this comes up, and it has since 2011 had quite a good traction. And I am seeing that this is getting more and more the possibility to celebrate the cause of an NGO and what we are all striving for, a better world. And last year I did a first experiment with them, and I said, let's use live video around this day to support the organizations, to showcase what they are doing. And the founder is always bringing in also like not only the nonprofit organizations as audience, but of course also an audience that is interested to connect and to help and to, well, support. And so without any promise, however, is that if you, for example, use this day, I'm more than happy to introduce you and so do an interview with your organization, also having you in a panel about your current, let's say, mission, what is maybe also challenging, what you are contributing, and to bring you in, and to then also give you the video that you can then use for your social networks. And what I have seen last year was, here you see, like, for example, here my interview with Marcis, who is from Eastern Europe, and he has founded this movement. And then with 4 NGO leaders that I was, where I did an interview about their work. And I found that it was a good start and it has definitely potential. And that nonprofits, however, need to have sometimes the help to have the right setting to be able then to present themselves, that we can then use it for the live video opportunity, or also for then the video for a YouTube channel or for the social channel. And my idea is to help you to present your nonprofit in 2022 with this World NGO Day, which is exactly in 1 month from now. So we have a four-week like timeline. And let me just quickly check. Here it says that my internet connection is a little bit weak. So I hope that you can still hear me. Normally it shouldn't be the case. I will quickly switch, hold on, just in case. I will just switch off my wireless connection, so you should hear me. Hopefully we are still connected, and this is sometimes the reason the wireless connection kicks in and then the connection is a little slower. But you can still hear me, Benjamin and Vesna? Okay, that's good. And yeah, this is the idea. First, this is an absolute open idea, and I am actually right now doing my own courses on helping private clients to be out there with their own studio, with these kind of platforms. And I just thought, can I offer something to an NGO context that is similar, that brings you on track, your organization, in about 4 weeks? And I have created this program here where I would help you to help your organization to do whatever you want: mission updates, fundraising call, donor events, lunchtime and learn, to be able to present this with a program. And this is called Live Magnet, where that I'm also offering to private clients basically, but to a much like different price point. And I was wondering if you would be interested in this course, if I did it for you especially. And this is like a 4-week course where I would plan your live, where we would plan your live video and format that suits with you, where we first start with your technical setup, with your home studio, with your microphone and background, where we could create simple scenes where your video, where your looks are branded for your organization, for example, for CAFAD or for the Leader Network, where we put in your logo. And as soon as you're live, it doesn't have to be perfect, but as soon as you are live, people see this is for your organization. So you are reaching out with your curated picture. And so therefore you can share your information and it becomes more relevant. And I have seen that, well, yeah, if you are taking this opportunity, okay, somebody's still coming in, this is great. Hello, everybody who is still coming in. It's great that you're there. I see that NGOs have such a strong power using this new form. And so this would be a course. And the idea is, the course is a shortcut to go live with quality, because I truly believe if you have a quality approach, then, and it looks different than 99% out there who just go live with their cell phones, then you will be seen and you reach this, well, this point where you will be seen. Maybe, who knows who will see you and then say, well, this is an interesting effort, this is an interesting mission, I would like to support it, where can I do it? And the idea is, we meet once a week on Friday afternoon with a 1-hour Zoom call. We have parallel another Facebook group that is like a exclusive Facebook group where we work with where I work with your question, where I help you set it up. And the start would be 4th of February until the 25th of February, 4 weeks. And I have 2 bonus sessions here for you, which would be, the first kickoff session would be tomorrow at 3:30, where we would go through principles of live video. And of course, you're invited to bring all your organization in. And then I would do a bonus interview with you for the World NGO Day that you could use for either the World NGO Day or for your organization, or maybe after 4 weeks, you're already at this point that you don't need me anymore and you're doing your live videos yourself and you're doing one interview with one another and you don't even need it. But I would certainly be happy to bring you to this point, to either showcase your organization, have you in as a professional participant, and then help you for your nonprofits to gain more outreach. And of course, I'm happy to share my personal network as well, where I would then, of course, forward this interview and also publish it. And the idea is, this is the course where we have like 4 sessions, and I would prepare your live format, or we do it together. And I bring you to this point where you are then having your studio, your streaming platform, a look and feel, and a format that really works for you. And through a Facebook group, and of course, I will always make recordings of the Zoom calls, and so you can also see as of tomorrow. And I am offering this to 249 euros. And this is, I can say, this is a really strongly reduced price, because I am at another price point for all the private clients that I'm doing. But from my experience, you are so worth it. And this is why I would like to give it to you for this price point. And it's like, at the end, it's 6 weeks, because we would start as of tomorrow, and like 4 weeks are really the 4 core weeks. But then you would also have a Facebook group, and I would be there for your questions all the time. And if you have any questions about this offer, if it's like, so this is again the program, and you can always reach me at Daniel@Live Broadcasting Rocks, or you can, of course, thanks so much for being here and for your interest. Really looking forward to staying in touch in whatever form.